grab your roommates and put on Demolition Man, and you can thank me tomorrow. All right.
1993, Wesley Snipes, Sylvester Stallone. I don't need Sandra Bullock. Oh, forget about Speed.
All right, for everyone who's never seen this, let me just give you the little summary. A police officer is brought out of suspended animation in prison to pursue an old, ultra-violent nemesis who is loose in a non-violent future society. Buddy, it's such a hilarious movie. It is.
That's such a 90s take on the future. Everyone is now a pacifist, but there's one man who does not agree with pacifism.
Dude, it's great. It's
and there's only one man who can take him down.
No, that's literally the plot.
Him in carbonite.
That's actually the whole plot. Like, he's back from the past, and he's evil, and they find the man who used to hunt him.
All right, I'm in. That's me tonight. That's gonna be my guilty pleasure, Bowie.
Okay, all right. It seems like a pretty good movie, honestly.
Netflix keeps trying to get me to watch Rush Hour as well, and I put it on the other day, and oh man, I was like 20 minutes in, and I was dying.
Yeah, haven't seen that in a long time. Well, we got Timbersaw here. Crewmates, they're going to try to counter the Centaur. This could go okay. We've seen these early pick Timbers be all right, but not uncounterable. So maybe Latam defenders have something up there. So I'm just waiting for somebody to see this early Timber and go, boom, fourth pick silencer. And then Timber's just done.
All right, there it is. Let's see it. Bring it. I don't think I've ever seen a silencer game.
Or Skyrath. Or Skyrath.
I know he's been picked,
2, right?
but I haven't seen him.
How come China gets all the cool picks?
Yeah.
Aww. I mean, I think Whisper might do it. All right, I still believe Whisper's gonna pick it up.
Silencer's actually
before the silencer.
1-1.
This is a good starter. All right, Maledict, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually only with Clinks' Meepo as the absolute least picked hero. 1 each.
Wow.
I would not have guessed that. I would have thought it'd be like 5 or 6 silencers. Is he that bad?
I was talking to a coach that I will not name, and he told me that he thinks that the solution to these bulky offlaners everyone keeps speaking, the Timbers, the Centaurs, the Tidehunter, is silencer, but actually carry silencer.
10 seconds remaining.
And I was like,
the orb walking is crazy.
Yeah, like you get a lot of items, you can actually get levels, and the hero actually scales really well. But like someone, Anna has to play a game, win, qualify to TI, then everyone's gonna do it.
If it wasn't for if Beastmaster never got nerfed, I think we could have seen it. Because the constant attempting to spam the axes.
Yeah, mid silencer.
But away it went, and away goes Clockwork. Not gonna be featured in game 2 here.
And the lone druid, man.
Yeah.
That's the hero for them, I think.
All right.
Every game.
What's the cheese pick now, Crewmates? Don't even think about the Arc Warden. They've got Centaur. That should be enough to dissuade you.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other pocket strat we've got up our sleeve? Are they going to do like was it Nature's Prophet? Was that the other hero, Bowie, for FCR?
I think he played one game. I don't mind the Medusa, honestly. I think it's good enough. You just maybe just get a better lane. It didn't feel like the Wyvern Medusa lane.
I mean, I agree with your original assessment, though. Like, channel some of that Bloodseeker energy. Take a one that can play really fast, and at 10 minutes, we can kind of marvel at how much pressure this hero can put on. They banned the Wisp. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, even as Ven, right? It farms well and can also fight.
Yeah.
It feels like they go all in this like weird cheese Parmigiano Reggiano territory. Like, you don't have to go so fancy.
10 seconds.
Yeah, it reminds me of what Omega was getting stuck in the qualifiers. Where it's like, we have Terrorblade, he has meta, let's just farm one more item. It's like, dude, you can farm and show up to the occasional fight. At some point, you're going to want to pressure him just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What is the pick out of this phase is the question for me for Crewmates.
Let me think. So you have this Witch Centaur.
Earth Spirit.
I think they probably want a 5.
What if they techies here? Did they? I don't think they play techies yet, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Techies didn't get banned either.
They did play techies once, I think. Didn't they? Am I nuts?
I don't remember if that was them.
I think it was banned almost every game. Then they didn't ban and they didn't pick it. So everyone's like, all right, let's just.
That is a good point, though. That's the Amen hero.
So they leave in the Ursa. And they just take the Oracle. Okay, so just very safe. Nothing showing at all.
Yep. This is
Not sure I like it.
good with Timber.
Lion Timber lane.
But again, this double range support conundrum, it has some of its advantages, but
10 seconds
it's also got some weaknesses.
Yeah.
5
Lion
seconds
doesn't
remaining.
roll. Earth Spirit rolls. Tusk rolls. All right, I'm seeing a commonality here. If you can't roll, get the hell out of the 4.
I like Jug for Latam defenders. You know, you have some magic damage on the Timber. You don't really care about the Lion.
Yeah, they should pick their 1 here because they see the Lion and the Timber.
Exactly. Yeah, they know the lane.
Like I think you should save your 4 and maybe get like a really good Rubik game or something potentially.
I really feel like this is the when you look at the upper division teams, you rarely can figure out like exactly the lane when they third pick,
Yes.
and we don't see that with crewmates.
Yeah.
Okay, they go Jug. So I definitely feel like it's a mark of a good team when you look at their 3 heroes and you're not that confident in picking your carry. Oh boy.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
They ripped that
Now-
out pretty
This is
fast.
carry. I am happy.
Into the Witch Doctor, though, you've already got one good option against this guy.
Mm-hmm. But
And
You know, they banned
Viper
the
is
Viper
banned.
first phase this game, whereas they
10
banned it
seconds
second
remaining.
phase last time. Maybe that was a little bit of a hint, perhaps.
5
give me the
seconds remaining.
hoodwink.
yeah, like crewmates, I guess that's like in their advantage, right? They pick so many weird heroes that, in a way, it's hard for you to really see this Bristleback coming. But I like it.
Hoodwink.
Silencer. Spam your spells. See if I care. They have the dispel.
I like
though.
Hoodwink. I like Hoodwink.
No.
Center Hoodwink lane, pretty strong. You just killed the
No.
Oracle. Yeah.
Hoodwink Witch Doctor, Trent. It's so many coconuts, you
No.
can't even handle life.
Embrace the future, Trent.
No.
All right.
I'm out on the future.
Enough of
I am
this,
not the
meta
demolition
heroes.
man.
Now,
I'm
I
not
do like
Sylvester
this.
Stallone. Leave me on ice.
Storm going to be great against this Lion Oracle backline. Lion does have some options against Storm, of course, but I think generally speaking, you'd rather have Storm to try to mess up that Oracle in these fights.
Radiant team
Yeah.
ban.
And especially because all of the other heroes have no stuns, so Storm is usually going to be free to jump.
Bowie. All
the
right.
Lion.
It's been a while, but I
Okay.
have seen Juggernaut buy Shadowblade a couple times in my 10-year casting career. Okay.
Okay.
Now, is this a game where you think about the Silver Edge on a hero like Juggernaut?
10
If
seconds
this
remaining.
goes 40 plus minutes, I think yes. I don't think you
5
really
seconds
like the
remaining.
Bristleback's not going to be that tanky that you need the Shadowblade before that. I think,
Okay.
but it's
All right.
possible
Radiant
if this
team
goes
Bowie.
late enough.
I'm
Fifth slot.
actually
Got it.
with the 2 bans. I'm actually okay with Hoodwink because they have Storm. I'm on the train now. I'll
Nice.
come along for the ride.
Pick.
Boo.
right.
For
Wait,
Centaur?
4 center. Ew.
Yeah, that
Okay.
not I guess this is one of the best heroes for Bristle in a lot of ways, right? Like he actually just does nothing to you.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
might as well put him as support. Wow, that was really fast. Okay, crewmates.
Ah.
Okay, they're
Quick
feeling
TA.
confident.
Okay.
They had a
I
lot
like
of
this
time left.
crewmates draft. They definitely have some good options here. TA with Bristle, you destroy Roche, super meaty front line. That's generally good for these position 4 Lions that struggle sometimes. Oracle with some nice targets here to keep alive. Not a free win for crewmates by any stretch, but I could see their path to victory here.
Yeah, the only problem I see is complete lack of stuns. I mean, is literally their only reliable stun.
But he's got 2.
I thought, yeah, but Storm can, they have silence. You have Center Blink. What I wanted was Timber to play mid, and they actually pick an offlaner that had a stun. But I like their matchups. So considering Brazil servers, considering the matchups are okay, I think I'm going crewmates, but this is not going to be an easy game, I think, because of the lack of stuns.
I'm
Yeah,
just ready
they-
for another game 3 at this point.
No stuns means also like you can make very few mistakes because they have the
Yeah.
stampede, they have the zip and stuff. So you have to be like, how do you actually kill Storm?
Exactly.
Who's buying the Atos?
Nobody.
I don't know.
Right.
You just have to reach this
Right.
point where the Bristleback is so annoying and tanky that, yeah, you don't kill them, but they don't kill you. And you like force Roche or you force towers without dying. Like if this goes 40 plus, with heart. But yeah, this is going to be a really weird game. All right.
All about
I
the
think
stats.
this game is going to be long.
Farm up TA, farm up Bristol, take Roche, win game.
All right. Well, Gary, you heard it. Adjectives like weird and long. Agreed here for game number 2. Are we going game 3, bud?
Weird and long, yeah. I mean, we've seen this before. The Bristleback plus the Timbersaw on the same team. 2 very tanky targets that, you can have difficulties focusing one or the other. But the no stun game, the lack of disables here against Storm, against Stampede, like the panel was saying, Theban. Can the Crewmates bring things back for game 2? Are you a fan of their draft?
I think so. I think their draft looks pretty good. This is very similar to the draft we saw yesterday with Eagle Boys, where they're just focused on winning the lanes. And they do have sufficient disables, I would say, even it is just one Lion. If you can win the lanes, the Lion's going to have plenty of space just to lock down a hero or two and get some kills going. Plus, you got a Timbersaw against Juggernaut, so you got that Timber Chain to get out from any kind of danger. And as long as he gets that soaring and like a cloak, maybe a hood or something early on, I think he should be fine against Latam defenders.
Yeah, they've also got a decent amount of minus armor, so early Roshans are a potential here with Nasal Goo plus the TA Meld, of course. We'll see how that goes along. Do you maybe worry, though, if, hypothetically, if the lanes don't go particularly well for Crewmates, the jungle gets a bit crowded with TA Bristle trying to take the same amount of farm at the same time, don't they?
I hope it doesn't get that, the lanes have to go real bad for the jungle to be that crowded, Gary. Like, real bad, I think.
So not something that you'd be particularly worried about, then?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, how hard can they lose top lane? It's a position 4 Centaur. So, DP3. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't think they're going to be able to lose top that badly. You got some decent amount of healing if he gets Fate's Edict or level 4 at a good time. You can just heal up your Bristleback. You can just sit in the lane. That's fine. What we do need to see happening is Amin getting some stacks on the Ancients going. Because he doesn't really need to help the Timbersaw out bottom too much.
Yeah, kind of get him to level 3, then ditch the lane a little bit, play in towards mid and those stacks. And Armin's going to drag the wave around. Try and sentry up and block that pull camp as well, make sure Angel doesn't have access to it. But for a while it's a bit calm, Theban, I've got an idea. We look into mid now, because I know we're not going to look there for a while. TA against Storm Spirit. TA favored, you reckon?
Yeah, I do believe it's mostly TA favored in terms of farming, but I think Storm can hold his ground. One thing to note is that Overload does proc Refraction. Yeah. So every hit with Overload will take off 2 of Templar Assassin's charges. I have seen many games where Storm Spirit is able to destroy TA whenever she blinks in and fights. Mid-game, I do believe it's going to be a pretty decent hero. But for the most part in the laning stage, I don't expect the TA to get pressured up too much here.
The only reason I ask, I know in the past year or so, we have seen some players, it's a kind of a skill-based matchup, where that 1-1-1 build, or it looks like maybe a 2-1-1 build here from Nana Storm, right? When they're under tower, you vortex, you get all that damage onto the TA. It's towing the line, where both of them are playing with very fragile amounts of HP. Right now, Nana, Sideblade spills. Ooh, getting close to death, but he's got very far in a bottle.
Water
spooky
runes.
Thing to watch.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Ryer has any plans of getting a bottle himself. We have seen some TAs do opt for that because of the water runes and bounty runes.
Going to go for an early Gloves of Haste, it looks like. Into these side lanes, though. Armin going to stun the Witch Doctor bottom. Hijack comes around, misses the Timber Chain on Angel, though. And they will successfully drag the wave back close to the Timber's tower. While it looks
level
like...
3 on the Timber.
Yeah.
This would have been a great time for Armin to just go and get a stack on that Ancient, but it looks like he wants to try and snipe a Courier. He's going to miss it. Yep.
Yeah,
he had the idea to go for it, and they just abandoned.
Yeah, it seems like Cookahooks doing decently here with his last hits. He's been forced to go for Healing Board to sustain, and bursting through a lot of the regen in that bot lane. As we can see, Jug with just a stick, but Witch Doctor has salves and tangos, so all should be good down there. While up at top, Moonlight is level 2 right now on the Centaur, and they maneuver that wave back to that tier 1. And DP with a full wand as well.
They're winning top on Crewmates. The last hits on Valkyrie only at 8. Being pressured up, have to pop that healing salve. The only problem for Crewmates is they can't really get the pull off because Centaur is doing a great job of just stalling that. Moonlight also running into the jungle now, getting a really deep ward. This is gonna see the rotations from the TA, like if he's gonna go jungle, and if they notice that he's in the jungle, maybe we'll see Storm Spirit making a TP play on one of the sidelines and getting some kills going.
Yeah, or maybe even contesting the stacks if they feel that's a possibility.
Yeah, the way that you need Nana to rotate in this game is when the TA goes into a jungle, because if she's in the lane middle, then it's going to be really rough for you to rotate. You might take a lot of damage onto your mid tower.
It looks like they're trying to zone Ryor away from the water runes. Moonlight should be able to grab the top one. He wants to spend his mana with a stomp first, then grab the water rune, bait the TA in. Cheeky for Moonlight. Well, Armin gets the bottom one, so no refill for the Storm still. He goes back into the jungle to farm his little stack. So they're giving the Centaur mid lane for XP.
Yeah, I don't think Nana can stay in the mid lane without any bottle charges. So that's why he's gone into a jungle just for a little bit, spend a little bit of mana, and then he's going to go back to base, heal up, get his bottle refilled. 5 minutes. Obviously, there's no runes coming out, and you're going to need to be able to defend the mid lane from the catapult. It's only level 5.5 right now in the Storm, so he can't really rotate. Hijack, taking some damage. Okay, Coconut don't bounce to him. He's good.
He's a Timbersaw. He's got 2 points in reactive. Stick charges up as well.
I'm also
like
getting some stacks going now.
That's true. He can pretty much just timber chain away from that spin of Juggernaut whenever he really needs to. And they have literally just left Valky up top. DP drags the wave back behind her tier 1. Is this a case of Moonlight Centaur not really feeling at home up top lane? Maybe
he can't do anything.
Place?
There's no setup for him, right? If he goes into the bristleback, he's just gonna get hit, quill sprayed, gooed, hit, and it's just awful, right? So he's just leaving Valkyrie on his own. Valkyrie's very fast. He's not going to die in the top lane. Just give him some experience and try to get some pressure going on the other side. He went to mid lane because you need to protect the water rune, but the Storm was a little too low, plus the Lion was going towards bottom water rune. And now he's going to TP bottom with the Centaur, and I don't think this is a good idea. I'm just going to TP out, and he used the spin already on Cookahug.
Yeah,
oh boy, they're in a lot of trouble on Latin defenders.
Hijack's perfectly fine. He's even turning here onto Moonlight. Lion did TP all the way back to Fountain, so he didn't make that little tier 1 play to return to the lane quickly. But yeah, level 5 Timbersaw. Centaur still kind of headless chicken, not quite sure where he's meant to be.
Exactly. This Moonlight TP bottom is like negative tempo for Latam defenders. And like you said, headless chicken has no idea where to go next. And Ryer with his DD, he's gonna kick him out.
Yep. Get away from my jungle camps. Yeah, Centaur probably could have had a better time just sitting mid and leeching XP, getting a few last hits there while Storm was in the jungle. Angel takes out the courier of FCR, which was just over that little secret shot, but with Armin and Ryo still having the DD on the
First
TA,
blood.
they spill the first blood almost 7 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that's going the way of Tia as well. Gonna help her out quite a bit to carry this game. Doesn't get the stack on his Ancients though, unfortunately. But her net worth is looking really good. Nana is about 700 gold behind this Templar Assassin at the moment.
Oh, wow. And Storm is ahead in CS, but I guess Storm's been farming the small camp a lot, right?
Yeah. Just a lot of neutrals. So FCR with the Vanguard now, chilling top. Moonlight, he's just... I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if FCR just turns around, starts gooing up the Centaur, and just smacks him in the face, because he's got 150 damage on this Bristol.
Oh, it's a wraparound. Exorcism?
Oh, boy.
That's enough damage to kill the Bristleback. He wasn't expecting that, was he?
That is plenty of damage. Exo is actually really good against Bristleback, plus the Spirit Siphon for the percentage base. Sometimes the ghosts, they come from the front, and they hit you. So... does damage Bristleback doesn't always reduce it.
Does damage block work on ghosts? I'm trying to remember. There's a few interactions like Ryor and Storm Spirit having a bit of a scrap in the mid lane. TA Trap drops into about 100 HP. But yeah, there's things like
if
Witch Doctor Death
if it comes from the back. Well, if it hits you on the back, I mean you're still gonna reduce damage. That's just how Bristleback works here.
Okay. Storm Spirit and Arcane Rune really wants to be somewhere. He's limited on his resources though, no bottle charges. rushing straight into Orchid. No boots, 1 null, 1 bottle. Desperately wants that tempo item. TA gonna again chase the Witch Doctor away, but Lion collapses onto Angel
another one?
for the second time, yeah.
Another freebie. I mean, they did put the sentry in the camp. Amin, does he have a sentry? Yeah, he's gonna deward this. And the ward. Centaur is also dead. They got more stacks farming up on Crewmates. Crewmates are looking real good right now. Like, their laning stage looks solid. Nobody fed in any way. And they got all the cores farming up. Like, they're really turning things around this game, Gary.
Yeah, it's like the fact that Timbersaw can stick that bottom lane. He doesn't need to move. He's always that ever-present threat on the bottom lane into that tier 1. So TA's got a safe barrier in front of her to farm the triangle. And we're seeing that Bristleback, like you say, taking stacks in that northern jungle. So it's not really congested in the jungle. It's very, very effective usage of their space and time. And Storm Spirit zipping onto this Oracle here. He's already got the Fate Edict on him. Still burst through the Oracle with Nana Storm. Running low on mana. Coco dead to Hijack, though. Lion and Timbersaw pair up to slay the Juggernaut.
That's a big kill. That is definitely the big kill. And Juggernaut, his TP was on cooldown. So even if he would be able to try and run away, I don't think he would have been able to hijack. Arcane Boots, Soul Ring has a cloak ready. He's very tanky, plenty of mana. Bottom tower is gonna die to this next catapult now. Oh, Ryer with the blink.
Oh my god, is he gonna get this?
Boy.
Witch Doctor can cast. Centaur's
Sideblade?
nearby.
Sideblade?
Storm, side blades.
No Sideblade.
Oh, Witch Doctor, careful! They get the kill, and the
Valkyrie?
DD rune goes to work.
So
On to
scary.
Valkyrie, the exorcism's pop, the TA clears through the DP. Centaur and Storm can't get back in front of that TA. Maledict expires. The false promise is there from the Oracle as well as he
go
hits
back
level
in.
6. They're going to turn back onto the Centaur now. Nasal Goo, slow him, reduce that armor, and allow that TA to whack into them. The Oracle does get taken out by the Omnislash of Juggernaut, so something goes the way of the Latam defenders, but this double damager and TA is just bursting through them with pure, raw right-click damage.
No, still doesn't have that Orchid. He's about 400 gold away from that. Cocohook having to use the Omni Slash. That's not going to make him feel good at all. Whoa, nah.
They want the TA.
Okay.
Blinks away. Still had refraction up. And nah. He's got a ball lightning away from Hijack now. Angel kind of stuck here. Ryo returns to the fight. Nah slow to the trap. The Chakram as well. The healing ward trying to keep him topped up. They do have Maledict on this Timbersaw, but he popped his wand and it looks like he's all right to timber out of there. While Ryo, he's just dancing around his opponents. Valky nearly burst by the finger of death. Not quite enough to do the job. Cocohook with Moonlight. Getting that lion kill.
Oh my god.
But FCR's Bristleback with Vanguard Treads just running them down. This minus armor Juggernaut, he just can't stand up against it. Storm's gonna ball lightning away and it is a disaster. Latam defenders being devastated by the Crewmates.
Perfect. This is absolutely perfect from Crewmates. Like, they just hit their timings, right? They took the bottom tower, Hijack. He's doing everything properly. He's got that hood. He runs that mid. He soaks all the damage. Even with Maledict, he does not care. He can just activate his hood. Ryer with his Blink Dagger wants to take the mid tower, makes the call. Bristleback comes in with the Soul Ring, Vanguard, Treads. Like, they got everything. Actually, the only thing they don't have is a magic wand on this Bristleback. That would be pretty nice for you to have.
Yeah.
Other than that, things are looking really clean right now. And on top of things, you got an Oracle. So if these heroes weren't already hard enough to kill, you got to deal with the Oracle as well. And you got to kill him first. Because if you're not killing this Oracle, no one on Crewmates is dying. Maybe the line, but the cores are not.
It really was perfect from Ryo in particular. Like, watch him now. He's got a trap, a meld. Valky, half HP, just straight off the bat, the blink forward. Healing ward's out, but it already been stunned up and taken down. Killing off the healing ward on the way out, too. But that fight in the mid lane, I think Ryo used blink 4 times. Like, he blinked on the rune to get the DD initially, and then using refraction to blink away from the storm, blink back in again, catching the Witch Doctor. It was just real spot-on stuff from this Templar Assassin.
Really has been. And the T is now going for an Orchid, not the Desolator. So
Cool.
what Ryer's going to do with this is every time the storm zips in, he's going to blink, Orchid him instantly, and just go on to him. So the storm can't just, zip out. Very slow moving hero Storm Spirit is, especially without boots right now. Has the Orchid ready.
Even the Juggernaut as well, right? If you manage to catch him pre-spin,
definitely.
he's got no way. There's no save. You could maybe argue Stampede could get him a bit of distance.
That's the only thing about Jug. It's got phase boots, so you can try to walk away from the TA before you get bursted. during the Orchid, but definitely for the Storm, Orchid is
Radiant's bottom
an amazing
tower
item.
is under attack.
What's the level difference? Level 13 Templar Assassin, level 9 Juggernaut. Oh, there's a massive gap being built up by the crewmates now. And they're smoked up in the mid lane. Already having claimed the tier 1 mid and bottom, though, feels like they want to head into the triangle, maybe scout some stacks, look for a pick-off, but it's a return smoke from the defenders.
Tower is under attack.
Still no blink on that Centaur. He's 700 gold away from his initiation item, so it's really going to come down to a stampede, walk it in. Storm mid. Doesn't get stunned by that Earth Spike. Bristleback going to be the target. Stampede forward, cask
you
into
sure?
stomp. That's
Did they want to
yeah.
go on Bristleback?
That is a target, but I don't think it's the target. And Storm Spirit nearly just destroyed by the Timber Saw, blinking in. Is that another double damage rune TA? How has he
Yep.
managed to find another DD rune? Templar Assassin takes out Angel Valky, both drop.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nice map getting small now. As Juggernaut, what's he going to do? Spin TP?
Hug.
TA?
No,
TA
he
just blinks
can't.
in. The DD rune's still
can't
going.
TP.
He can't TP home. He's going to die. The trap's going to spot him. There's a double for Ryo.
Oh, you can't TP because the TA just too much damage. You're just gonna die.
Dire's top
And now he's got an
tower is
Orchid
under
on the TA.
15
The
minutes.
Storm just got his boots. The TA has Blink, Orchid, Treads. And this is gonna go Roshan? Oh, hell yeah. Let's go Roshan. FCR. He's got that goo for the minus armor. You got the meld. Stack him up. Stack him up.
All right, Roshan, what's the damage? 20, minus 12, minus 15, oh, minus 17. He doesn't have any armor left. The big man's down to -6 now. Oh my god. Roshan just melts. Disappears under the damage of the crewmates. Aegis for Ryo now, and he's 804, so there's Aegis plus False Promise. Even if you pick off the D-Flash Oracle at the start of the fight, it just doesn't feel like it's going to really
You
let you
know,
any kind of
Gary,
advantage.
You would think you're watching a completely different team.
Yeah.
This game, right?
What planet am I on?
Game 1. Yeah, I mean, this is what happens sometimes. Sometimes you get a beat down, and someone on your team is like, "Guys, what the fuck are we doing?" You know, and then you tell them, "Okay, this is what we gotta do." You pick some better heroes for your players. Like, for example, this TA for Ryer, he's been freaking amazing on this hero. And then you got these unkillable guys. You got Oracle now, and their draft looks better. Latin defenders, they don't really have options. And Latin defenders kind of like cuck themselves too by picking the Centaur position 4. I feel like this hero is just not a good 4.
He's not done
Who
much.
else did we see play it as a 4? Moose, yeah.
Moose.
And I don't think that ended well either,
No,
right?
it didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, Centaur, 3 hits, 4 hits, down he goes. Godlike Ryo. But I think you hit the nail on the head. We did have that discussion, panel talked about it as well. It's a distribution of farm, right? They've removed, what, 15% of the farm and focus away from that FCR hero. They've given him Bristleback, who's a little more self-sustaining, doesn't need to just AFK farm and win the lane. And given that to Ryo, given it to Hijack, so they can all have better games, and it's just a much more well-rounded draft, and they're playing and showing it.
They got that second core in Ryer this time, instead of being that Void Spirit who just struggled so hard in game 1.
Hex on Nana bot. Chain stun him up, and in comes the TA. Didn't even need to use the Orchid.
Yeah. He's almost got that BKB too now. I mean, Latam defenders.
Goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Moonlight dead? He's fake pumping the stomp. Oracle's coming with a Fortune's End. Hey, he has to stampede to save his life. And that is not what you like to see. He was probably just dead anyway. The stampede didn't matter.
No, it didn't. I mean, he can
Valky's
just
being
chase.
Hunted
with
by the
the,
TA and the
group.
Timber. In that mid-tier 2 area. Valky, one more hit from Ryo. It's the whirling death actually from Hijack. 18-4. 2 more kills go on crewmates. Let's get the number.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know. Game 1, I felt like I was a bit biased towards Latin defenders. Game 2, I feel like I'm biased towards crewmate. But it's just the state of the draft and the game and how it's all panned out, right?
Yep. I think Latin defenders draft really struggled, especially because of this offlane with the Centaur and the DP.
Whoa! I'm just what? Yeah. What do you do?
I mean, again, the Centaur is just a non-factor. He couldn't do anything as a 4. right? If Moonlight is playing, let's say, Earth Spirit, or even he's a lion himself or something, at least he can make rotations and make kills possible. Like even Timber Bottom, if he's a hero that can just stun from fog or something, but whenever he goes bottom, the Timber sees a Centaur running at him before the cast comes out, he just chains out. You can't even make a kill play bottom. Mid, same thing. You run into the TA, they see the Centaur, they're like, okay, I'm just gonna move away, and then I'm gonna go farm elsewhere. And Crewmates, like, the big difference is they played chill. They played for their farm. They got what they needed. They didn't do anything crazy in the laning stage that netted them any losses or anything like that. And once they hit their timings, they just ran at Latam defenders. And Latam defenders, their lineup is much, much slower, especially with the Storm Spirit having to have an Orchid to be able to have impact.
Do we have a count on what type of runes have been spawning? Because I noticed there's another DD bottom.
DD? Yeah, I think there's only the third DD though. And
is it?
How many runes have we had so far? Yeah, 7 runes. But that's a lot. 3 DDs out of 7 runes? Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. There's been and they've all gone to the TA as well. That's probably why it feels...
Sorry, 6 runes. It's not 7 runes. Only 6 runes have spawned, right? Yeah. That's 6 in 3 DDs 50%. Out of 6 runes. Yeah, 50% of the runes have been DDs. That's pretty crazy.
I'm calling hacks on that. There's no way you're allowed to go TA 50% of the runes being DDs.
Well, you would be saying, it's hacks for Storm if he was actually getting those DDs. And if Storm did have DDs, I feel he could have been getting a few more kills for sure.
Yeah, maybe so. And he has only died twice. It feels like a much worse game, but the majority of these kills, they are over towards Angel, Valky, 6 deaths and 5 deaths respectively, Moonlight with 4. Trying to give that Juggernaut a bit of space up towards top. Farming through the jungle, going to go back and cut the wave, but at this point, it feels like high ground is about to be broken.
This is the first time Ryer played Templar Assassin, right? For this team?
I believe so. I honestly only really remember him playing Void Spirit.
Yeah.
He played a DK, didn't he? He played DK, Void Spirit, and I think it's mainly just been Void Spirit. Yeah, it's been a great performance out from him. Oh, we had the Mars games as well. I forgot about those. I repressed the memories of his Mars because they were pretty poor performances. They played 2 Mars games in a row and then they just stopped picking it for him. Well, they don't get up to the tier 3. Playing it chill, like you said, just for a little bit longer. Aegis for a minute and a half in that TA's hands.
This is the first time he's played TA in the DPC. And it's looking good. I think the last time they did win was against Inverse with the DK and the Void Spirit, but it feels like him playing a semi-carry middle is just so much better for Crewmates.
Oh yeah. It feels way smoother. And maybe he's, the one making the calls as well. So nice to have that momentum behind you. An easy tier 2 bot. They're also ready in position on that Radiant Triangle. Under vision. Latam defenders, they want to break out of their base and reclaim a bit of the map for themselves.
Yep. They got the BKB coming out too now for Ryer. He's skyrocketing in net worth.
Smoke has to do something. Like Storm sure clears that bot wave, but the rest of them, they're smoked with Centaur Blink, with Stampede.
Okay.
Level 2
Let me tell you something.
Go for it.
This TA almost has as much farm as a Jug and the Storm combined.
Yeah.
Has more farm than like either the position 1 and 3 or 2 and 3 combined.
Oh, a kill!
They found one.
They got the Oracle.
Ryer, don't be afraid, buddy. Get in there.
Just go on and jump them. A hijack. He's a tanky Timbersaw. Looks like Lion's running away. They bought back this Oracle. FCR sprinting from that top part of the map down here. Exorcism is going. Yeah, you're right. No vision. And with Exo going, it feels like they just want to wait that one out. Aegis is expiring now.
Boo. They just... That's the most cautious, safe play I have seen. But yeah, I guess the Aegis running out with like 30 seconds left. He didn't want to risk it. But that looked like a good time to go, and D-Flash had the same idea. He's like, guys, I'm going to buy back TP mid. I'm going to be in the fight to save you. Just jump in there. You got a double damage TA with a BKB. Who's going to kill you? But they just take the chill play, take the tier 2. Now they're going to smoke up with the Exo being on cooldown and just run at Latin defenders across the map.
Yeah, play for that next Roshan. 2.5 minutes until the fast spawn. So if they can get a couple of pickoffs here and really cement themselves on that Radiant side of the map as they chase Valky. Moonlight goes for the TP. Death Prophet slowed by the trap.
Angel,
closing
goodbye.
on the Witch Doctor. Angel, yeah, with the cool sprays and nasal goo. Just a couple of love taps from the Bristleback, and they're going to dive the tier 3 for the DP. TA's in on top of her. Beyond Godlike Streak continuing while Stormy zipping around. Forced to self-Yule. No, it's not him. He's still got his Yules. He's hexed up though, and he can't use the Yules. GG's called. It's just over.
Yep.
Well,
what an absolute beatdown.
We could taste game 3 from, 5-6 minutes in, and that's where we're heading.
Yep. And Crewmates won all 3 lanes this time around. They didn't die on any of the heroes in the laning stage. And this TA just absolutely demolished. Like, just farming Ancients. Lion did what he had to do. The Timber was able to stay bottom on his own. He made some stacks for the Templar Assassin. They hit their timings faster. And after they hit their timings, they went and took the towers. Latin defenders, guys, Centaur support doesn't work. It really doesn't work. Like, it's just such an amazing position 3 hero, and then we just putting him as a 4 just absolutely butchers him. Plus, you're taking away that playmaker on your team. So everything had to go through the Storm now, and the Storm is already having a tough time, and it's just too much for Nana, I think, in this game to do.
Yeah, well, a perfect game for Riot, 12-0 and 10. And like you said, no more Centaur pods for please. We'll